Hello! Today I'll be showing you how you can add a platform-specific config file to your project. Here I have the two folders of my project. The left one is my Advanced VR Character plugin, and on the right it's the GitHub project where it isn't a plugin. I recently added Android support, but this is only in the plugin, so I need to also add this to the project on GitHub. So what you want to do first, create two new folders. One is called Windows and the other is called Android. And in the Windows folder, you want to right click, new, and then a new text document. Doesn't really matter what it is as long as you can change the type. Then we want to call this WindowsEngine.ini. And I'll open this for now. And in here, in the WindowsEngine.ini, I want all my Steam stuff to go, because Android can't use Steam, as far as I know, or at least the Oculus Quest headsets can't. So I'm just going to copy paste this. This is just your general SteamSocketsNetDriver stuff. You can get this from any tutorial. I'll also post this in the description. So yeah, I'll just show you how you can move this into a platform-specific configuration. What's actually in here is up for you to decide. So I will paste this in here, and then the same with Android. In here, I'll also create a new text file. We'll call this AndroidEngine.ini. Again, this is just for Epic Online Services. You can put in here whatever you need, as long as it's Android specific. Great, now we have these two files. Then in our DefaultEngine.ini, down here I have all of the stuff for Steam. So now we can simply remove that from here. And then, very important, in our DefaultGame.ini we need to add these three lines. First is the staging, and the second one is to tell the engine that it should allow these config files, and also so it knows where they are. So you want your project name, then config, Android, which is the folder we just created, and AndroidEngine.ini. And one more tip, if you're editing that in Visual Studio, and for example you don't have these folders, this right now, let's say you added these files here and they did not show up in your Visual Studio, then you can come to your project folder. You might have to remove the intermediate folder as well. And now if you generate the Visual Studio project files, it might take a minute. Come back here, you see it says reload all, and after reloading everything, you can see it has added those to our Visual Studio. And now you can see here we have these distinctions. For Windows we will use Steam, and for Android we will use EOS. And now our DefaultEngine.ini will only contain like general stuff that can be used in both. And in the DefaultGame.ini, for some reason it hasn't added. Okay, just make sure that in here it actually has the staging. But that's pretty much it. The engine will know when to use which. So if you package a project for Windows, it will know to use the WindowsEngine.ini, and otherwise it will use Android. But yeah, that's how you can add platform-specific config files. I hope this was helpful, and I'll see you next time. Bye!